Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're just going to have a quick look at why my steering wheel is in about this position in the 60 series Landcruiser, otherwise known as the dog truck, when I'm cruising in a straight line down the road. It's not a wheel alignment problem. If I let go of the wheel on a nice flat road, the car still tracks straight. It doesn't pull off to one side, left or right. It goes straight down the road, except the steering wheel is always at about this angle. There's a little bit of free play in the steering, but it's generally it's not right in the center. I know the cause. This happened when I had my springs reset over many years, like 32 years. The springs have slowly sagged, and I'll just stick a picture up here in the corner of what the shackle bushes looked like before I had this fix done. If you look at them now, here's the back. You can see that shackle bush is almost straight up and down, and I gained about 2 inches in the height of the vehicle when I had the springs fixed. And the front, you can see in this light, and the front is about the same. I had it's a blacksmith company that specialise in resetting leaf springs. They mostly do logging trucks and garbage trucks and big stuff like that, but they're happy to do smaller jobs like this one. They weren't cheap. It was about the same cost as replacing all 4 springs, or actually it was about the same cost as buying them. That didn't include the labour of them, getting someone to install them. So from what they were telling me, the steel in the old original springs is much better than what you get in the aftermarket ones, and all the aftermarket ones have an additional 2-inch lift, and it would have made the car about 4 inches higher than what it was before. So I don't need all that extra ground clearance, and it mucks up the ride and has other stuff going on. So let's have a look at adjusting my steering wheel. You can see when I'm driving along that the steering wheel is off to the left, yet it's not pulling to the right. Well, almost not pulling to the right. There's pretty much nothing going on there. So it's my steering wheel that's out of alignment, not the wheel alignment. Basically what's happened, unless they get these springs both exactly identical, you get like a billy cart effect where one wheel is slightly ahead of the other one. I had one of the shackle bushes up in their crumble a while back, and it was about they've got about a 2 mil wall on them, and just having that crush and the spring slip back slightly affected the position of the steering wheel. You can see this long black rod here that goes from that wheel all the way across to the other wheel. That one, see it joined on up there. That one is what does your wheel alignment. You don't want to touch that. If you suspect you've got a problem with your alignment, your best bet to go is take it to a tyre place and get your wheels aligned. But if you know no one's touched that bar, then my wheels are still pointing in the right direction. They're just the steering wheel's a little bit off centre. You see this adjustment here, I think that's called a pitman arm or something like that. And there's a shock absorber here, or a steering dampener to just lessen the effect of your wheels hitting potholes and stuff. You see that one's in the firing line a bit, it gets pretty beaten up from rocks. But there's an adjustment on that. You can see You see that knuckle there, you undo that one, and there's another one down here, the top one. If I can do the point thing, that one up there. There's a left-hand thread on one end and a right-hand thread on the other end. And if I undo those and give it a little twist, it'll shorten or lengthen that that rod, and that'll affect the position of my steering wheel. So let's have a go at that. I've put a bit of penetrating oil on this bolt here. I'll just loosen that a bit. I'll do the same on the other side. You can see that. I missed the nut when I sprayed it. There we go. Hopefully I didn't get the lens of the camera. They weren't super duper tight. It's like a clamp that clamps down on those left and right hand threads I was talking about. Now, I'm not sure which way to turn this, but I'm going to have a guess. That one. I've got some Stilsons here. I tried turning it by hand and it won't go. Stilsons won't go either. Let's see if I can give that a bit of a turn. Won't need much. I'm not sure which way to turn it. Let's just go and see if that's made a difference to the position of the steering wheel. I think it's fairly similar, potentially a little bit more. I'll go and give it a... Let's go a little more. Remember, these are hollow, they're not solid bars like they appear, so you don't want to be clamping on them too hard. So that possibly could be all the way up over there. Look here, I can't see any plain thread. Maybe it's just hidden into the grease, but let's have another look at the steering wheel. Can't see much change there. I don't think it's turning the wheels themselves. Looking down there, they don't look like they've moved. Perhaps the other way. I'll just see if I can get this any looser. Need a bigger screwdriver. one more. Let's see how that looks inside. I was going the wrong way because of that. I can get back far enough. That looks straight now. So I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. I'll tighten those clamps back up and then we'll take it for a test drive. There's a slot in there. I want to get the clamp to go across the slot. That way it clamps down on the thread. Somewhere about there. There's my slot. There's my clamp. Okay, one down, one to go. I'm just looking for that little slot. Can't see it on this one. Full of dirt. Could be straight down. Pretty gungy. Dirty years of dried grease caked onto it. There it is there, directly on the bottom. As long as I have the nut at the top, that'll clamp across the two of those. It probably doesn't make a lot of difference. I could pull this whole lot off and degunge it. I've probably got a bit of free play in these, whatever they're called, knuckles. But it's good enough for now. I wonder when the last time a mechanic put a grease nipple on that one. That ain't going anywhere. Rubber thing on that. Yeah. Now we'll have no excuse not to grease it. Go and wash my hands now, I'll take it for a test drive. This bit of road looks nice and flat there. I think that's spot on. Just to finish off, this is what one of those drag links look like. This one is out of my FJ45 Landcruiser, also known as the limo. You can see it's got a bend there in one end. Assuming you can see that. What happened was I hit a stump at about 5 kilometers per hour directly on the spring, and it bent the spring up, and it also bent this drag link. I went to the steering place to get it fixed, and they said we can't straighten it, we're not allowed to, and we also can't find one. So they said, here's your car back. So I'm, after much searching, managed to find an aftermarket part online. They're a bit heavier than I remembered. You might be able to see the wall thickness there. They're fairly solid, so you'd have a hard time crushing it with a pair of vice grips out in the middle. You can see a thread in there. As I said before, one end's got a left-hand thread, the other end's got a right-hand thread. So as you spin it, one end has its screw come out and the other end has the screw come in. And you can see the slot in there clearly now, even though that one's broken. That one is a bit clearer. So once you get it in the position you want, you put the clamp around that, and it squeezes this thread down onto the other thread, and you can't turn it anymore. You imagine if you had it this way and clamped in this direction, it's not going to do as much as it is if you clamp that way. So anyway, that's all I know about drag links. And I'd like to thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Can't really see you.